And welcome to my YouTube channel, Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. Thank you for joining me. Today is the full moon. It's the full moon in Capricorn. So what does all that mean then? Now, full moon is energy, as we know, great for releasing things, letting go of what no longer serves us, and also seeing that bigger picture. Let me take these off because it's glaring, and seeing the bigger picture in situation. The full moon illuminates. I've got an animal joining me. Illuminates. He's a little mare, and it's literally hanging off me. The full moon illuminates. It shows things up for us. It shows things up maybe that we've been blinded to, or maybe that's been hidden from us. There's that illumination, that release that you kind of go, oh wow, I get it now. So before the full moon, we start to have a build up of that little bit of anxiety and a little bit of feeling a bit fretful there. But now we'll start to see the energy calming down a little bit. Now, sometimes the energy can be a bit challenging, and I know for quite a few people it has, particularly as the world is opening up again, and we're starting to go back to whatever a new normal is, and there's a lot of anxieties about that. However, actually, planetary lineup is amazing for that. It's really, really good for that. So if you have got a new business, my cat, do you want to see him? If you have got a new business, or you're ready to go back to work, this is a great time, actually, planetary-wise, to do it. And also, so as well as, he's moved the... He's a little devil. He's called Loki. I'm going to have to move him if he doesn't... Hold on a minute. If he doesn't... Hey, Bob, come here. Come here. Yeah, look, this is him. And he's a little devil. His name's Loki, and he lives up to his name, God of Mischief. Don't you, gorgeous? Don't you? Yes. But you cannot ruin my show. Or do you think you're going to take part in it? Get off! Oh, it's a little feisty thing. Okay, so yeah, so it illuminates situation for us and shows us some things that might be a little bit challenging, a little bit difficult. However, it's needed to see the bigger picture, and it helps with our spiritual awakening as well, spiritual growth. And again, there's been lots of things in the planets and social media talking about spiritual alignment, spiritual growth, having that big awakening, and we're really building up to that. And we've also got this is the third eclipse in a row, so it's super important around there as well. Now, the third eclipse again helps us to get new goals, new visions. It almost gives us a reboot. We can press the reboot button and helps us to start all over again. So if you are opening up your business again, like I am, Tuesday, I go back to mine. But a lot of the hairdressers went back yesterday. Perfect time for rebooting and to revisions, resetting everything, and to getting you how you want, really, having that new focus, new goal on there. And it's great for readapting. The energy is shifting around us, and we can see where we want it to benefit it most. So that's with the eclipse there. Now, the full moon is called the buck moon or the stag moon, and it's from where the young stags start to grow their horns now. So that's where it comes from. Each moon has the name, and this is this one there. So we might be sensitive at the moment. We're lots of people are extra emotional and just been feeling a bit weird, a bit cranky, and maybe sleep patterns have been going a bit chaotic recently. But like I said, now things should start to settle a little bit there. It's also because of all the different planetary aspects there. We've got the star, the Sirius star as well, and that really is coming in stronger now to raise your spiritual vibrations, to raise your spiritual growth, and to have that awakening, a new vision. So your dreams might be really more stronger at the moment, or you just might be feeling a bit worried. But that would be due to Sirius and the planets and all the stars coming into this alignment. That's definitely shifting our energies, isn't it? Everybody feeling that now. So what is the Capricorn's energy? Now, Capricorns are serious. They are very, very practical, down to earth. I've got practical ascendant, so that's huge, actually, because it's in my first house. I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, Capricorn, serious, practical, business-like. They're workaholics, grafters there. So your natural full moon in Capricorn naturally looks at work and businesses and how you would do your work and your ambitions, your goals there. Now, the sun enters Capricorn the 22nd of December up until about the 19th of January thereabouts. so that's when we come into the actual sun, but now we're talking about the full moon of Capricorn there. So Capricorns, like I said, they're known as the workaholics there. So it's important now to get the balance between home and work, and where we reboot ourselves with work, it's important to look at that balance of, okay, we're going back to work, but maybe we also need to, we've enjoyed some time off and now we need to get that balance of it there. Or getting the balance of the opposite way. Maybe if you're really anxious about going back to work and you're just doing it gradually. It's about being practical, taking slow and steady steps. Capricorns are slow and steady, but they get the job done. They do get the job done there. So it's really important time for home, for work, getting that balance there, to rebuild your work, rebuild your structure, rebuild your foundation, and look at your ambitions, look at where you're heading to, and make sure that you're working towards what it is you want. Now, Capricorn is quite often, when they see something they want, they get it. They're hard workers, not just hard workers, but they can dig their heels in the ground and they can be a bit stubborn. So it also asks us to have a little look at if we're being too stubborn in certain areas, and maybe we need to be a bit more flexible on certain areas. It asks us to not just look at our ambitions, but also look at things maybe that need to get organised, whatever we're working towards. Some people, if they've got families, that's their job. So it would be like organising your family, organising your home, wherever this strong organisation skill comes in and this practical skill. That's what this full moon is illuminating. It's showing us clearly this is what we need to get on top of. This is what we need to do now. Now, for me personally, I've got the full moon. I've got Capricorn in my first house. So your first house in the astrological wheel, that's to do with your ascendant. That's my ascendant, and that is to do with how I'm seeing, strong part of my personality, and how other people see me, but also my looks, my appearance. So it's no wonder for me that the hairdressers have opened, so that's fabulous, but also that I've been rearranging the whole shop, and I've been I open the shop to the public. So your house one is about how people see you and your appearance. So here I am opening a shop to the public, and it's all been redecorated, refurbished. So that, for me, it's just like, wow, how has that happened right on the full moon of Capricorn? Couldn't have come at a better time, couldn't have opened the shop at a better time. And the work and the business ethic side of it there. So that's grand. Did I show you these or not? So this is from the deck, from the, what's it called? Where's my book gone? Moonology. The Yasmin Boland's Moonology deck. So this is the full moon in Capricorn. That's what it looks like. There. And this is what the tarot card. So the tarot card of Capricorn is the Devil. Now the Devil is about restrictions and control. Not saying that Capricorns are controlling in any way, but they are a little. And so control and kind of obsessing about things as well. That's what the Devil talks about, obsessing things, having chains around you, and maybe going down the wrong path, and over obsessing in an unhealthy way. There could be drink, drugs, anything like that, anything to do with going down sort of the negative side, the darker side there. However, even though that is a Capricorn, the control element can be to do with Capricorn there, you've always got choices with this card, always choice. And it's like you're starting to morph now, but you don't have to. You can take those chains off and be free. So there's always be connected to choice. And obviously where there's dark, there's also light there. So that's about getting a balance with things. So have a look. I mean, on my altar, I'm going to be putting things connected to what I want to release. Certain crystals. So the crystals that connect to Capricorn are red jasper. Red jasper is one. Black onyx is another one there. And have a little think about what areas in your life you want to manifest, to be able to get total focus, to be able to bring about. Even though we're not talking about a new moon, this is releasing. We've also, because the Capricorn element of it, we're trying to regroup, we're resetting our goals and our ambitions. So you might want to put little messages. I certainly will be putting little messages about things that I want to be bringing in and manifesting there. So as well as releasing things and having crystals and the tarot cards around that will support that, you know, you can put absolutely anything that you want on your altar, but they're the sort of things that I'm going to be looking at there. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is that restricting and rules, and kind of the stricter, if you like, stricter planet there. But as well as, although there is this feeling of restrictions, there's also going to be restructuring everything. So it isn't just going to be, you know, we've had these boundaries that's been put on us with lockdown over the last few months, but now we're going to be able to sort of be flexible with that and restructure everything with that. So the full moon is a really good time to kind of, all that anger, all that frustration from the last few months, release all of that, so that then you can start to let your new energy regroup, refocused, and reboot yourself to where you want to go. It's working with the eclipses, working with the Sirius, it's working with all of it together. It's quite a magical time. So hopefully this full moon makes sense to you. Full moon in Capricorn makes sense to you. I'm just going to read for you what I've put in my blog, and that may make it a bit clearer. I don't know. Let's just have a little look here. Some of it's going to be what I've repeated, obviously, because I wrote it. Full moons are great for releasing, letting go of what no longer serves us and seeing the bigger picture. They illuminate situations for us that is sometimes challenging, however, often much needed to see the bigger picture of events for our spiritual path. This full moon in the sign of Capricorn today, called the buck or stag moon due to the young stags growing their horns, it is also the third eclipse in a row, bringing with it a more positive emotional energy and allowing us to reset our goals. Do you know, when I read back on my own stuff, then I realise my mistakes. Allowing us to reset our goals, visions and pathways. Welcome news in this very strange time that we are in, especially important for all those heading back to work, like I said, including myself there. New goals, new layouts, new ways of working, got it all in. It's great for readapting and shifting our energy to where it would benefit us most. We are still quite sensitive though, so expect to still be sensitive. You're not going to sort of get all sorted over one night there. The moon's magical influence over this weekend is supported by many different planets and stars, including that star Sirius. Look forward to a raise in your vibration and a more awakened consciousness, a lift in your energy and a clearer vision over the next few weeks. Have you felt like this like buzz? Have you felt an excited? It's kind of like this anxiety, this weird anxiety, nervous, but then there's also this excitement that something's coming. Well, that's the vibration raising, and we've been talking over the years. People have been talking about the fifth dimension and everything, and now this is it. This is why everything is so weird. What was being spoke about 4 years ago is now really coming into it. Capricorn's energy is serious, businesslike, and practical. The sign of Capricorn is governed by the goat. When they want something, not a lot gets in their way. The sun enters the sign of Capricorn at the end of December until middle of January. They rule the 10th house in the astrological wheel, representing the career, life's work, and how you're seen as a figure, sort of on the not just the world stage there. The last of the earth signs, practical and hardworking, they focus on material success, ruled by the planet Saturn, the planet of control, structure and restrictions. Capricorns are workaholics, the worker bees. Whatever area they choose to focus their energy on, they will do it to the max and the best they can. Ambitious, organised, practical and goal-focused. They don't mind putting in their work to get the results. They prefer to crack on rather than mope about. They usually have a long life and are reliable and prefer to set their own rules. And the Queen has a Capricorn ascendant. She's a Taurus rising, but a Capricorn ascendant there. So she's getting on a bit. My nan had Capricorn strong, and she was 99 when she died. And I'm Capricorn rising, so we'll see. Capricorn ascendant rather. Where am I? There is a need now to get the balance between home and work. If there is out of balance here, now is the best time to rectify this. Check in with where your ambitions are heading, take a step back and see the situation from a different side. This is a great time to rebuild your work structure, acknowledge the blocks and know that with this Capricorn energy you really can overcome anything. Look at your status, your recognition. Is this working in your favour? If you've been too strict with yourself or others, too stubborn, had too many restrictions put upon yourself, use this time to release that energy. Use the full moon in Capricorn and the eclipse energy to reboot everything you are working for. Get excited once again for life. Forget what has not worked, let that go, including all that self-sabotaging. Give yourself a serious talking to and let all your concerns float away while you shift your energies and realign to new focus. The tarot card that represents the Capricorn is the Devil. The Devil shows us the darker side. He reminds us of our temptation and greed, the darker side of life and all that it holds. At first glance, the chains look like to be restricting, where is my devil, and the male and female, restricting the male and female. But on a closer look, you'll see that the chains are not tight and can in fact be released if they choose to. This card shows false imprisonment and the power of the darker side. When the Devil card appears in a reading, there will be a situation that is causing some form of control or entrapment. There could be temptation down the wrong path or offers that reflect in greed obsessions. The Devil card looks at areas from our shadow self that we may have tried to battle. And again, it's no coincidence. I didn't even think about it, but we've been working on shadow self all week, last week, and then it's the full moon. It's just, I love it. Now, in this full moon, you are able to release such low energy, which will assist you raising vibration and raising your aims. So there you go. So that's the full moon in Capricorn. Full moon blessings, release, get out in that moonlight, put your crystals out, recharge everything. If you have to put yourself out there bathing that moonlight, give yourself a nice cleansing, sage bath, let it all go and start afresh. Reboot yourself. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.